Okay.
Sir, there's a GC right there, Cliff.
Go.
It's piers. They got concrete piers and wood piers.
Yes,
Got
sir.
the checklist. Check out the checklist. We
Yes,
got
sir.
it for everything we need.
Yes, sir.
Right, you forget some things sometimes.
Mhm.
So this is going to outline, make sure you hit every single thing. What's the
Yeah.
foundation, plumbing, electric, painting,
Yeah.
flooring, everything. So you don't
Okay.
miss anything.
Okay.
You want to make sure you
Okay.
get all your checks.
Okay. I want to introduce you guys to Cliff Hunter. Cliff is a world-renowned flipper. He actually flips. He's also a GC as well. He's a good contractor. When it comes to all of our renovations, all over the nation, you'll talk to this guy right here.
What's good, baby? It's your boy Dale. I'm back in the saddle again. Our motto is to buy, build. We already bought it already, so we already own it, free and clear. Refinance to long-term debt, cash flow. That is the motto. Cliff, man, is that a pretty strong motto, man? What do you think?
Man, the model is strong. Like, you're getting each piece of the invest, right?
What it do, y'all? It's your partner Dale back in the saddle again for another edition of Real Estate Friday Live. Guys, you got your partner today. Cliff will be here in the second, guys. Man, hope you guys had a phenomenal week. I know I did. And yes, we did get the bag, guys, man. But, man, this is going to be a nice topic here. As you can see, I'm in my new office. Space was pretty good, guys. So, guys, let's dive into this real quickly, man, real quickly. Now, this is going to be very good. You will see Cliff in a second. And, guys, number two, we're live for the first time on Twitch and Kick. Yes, sir. Welcome y'all to the live stream. Let's get it in over, guys. Here we go. Let's dive into these topics real quickly here. Number one, guys, get rid of this fast. Number one, we're gonna talk about the Fed leaves rates unchanged. What you say, Chuck? Number two, the FHFA director, he's a part of the Trump administration, calls out the Fed. Ooh, and he gets in that bag a little bit. And number three, we're gonna talk about a venture firm responds to the Fed, guys. And then lastly, I'm in Texas. Is the Texas housing market, has it flipped? Y'all, specifically in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. You kind of see it in Houston and in Austin. We're going to dive into this thing real fast, man. Let's go get on. But guys, let's dive in real quickly, guys, to, man, the Fed chairman. Boy. Now, before we do that, guys, like and subscribe, guys. My bad. Let me slow down real fast. Like and subscribe the live stream, man. We like give you guys some good content, but this is gonna be really good, guys. There's a little bit up there. No matter what platform you're on, click on that like and subscribe. So whenever your partner goes live, me and Cliff will be in a second. You'll be able to see what's going on. But let's dive in this thing real quickly, guys. Now, man, the Fed chairman decides to leave the value. Oh, here go Cliff. Hey, what's up, Cliff? What's going on? Are you there, big dog? He ain't ready yet. But the Fed chairman, guys, he decides to keep the rates unchanged. And Trump was not happy about this at all. He's pretty pissed off about it, y'all. But, man, let's dive into this real quickly, man, and see what he's talking about, man. And then, of course, your partner, I'm going to respond. I want to be side by side with this man here. Here we go. Cliff will be here in a second, guys. Here we go. Let's get into it real fast. Here we go.
My colleagues and I remain squarely focused on achieving our dual mandate goals of maximum employment and stable prices for the benefit of the American people.
Okay.
Despite elevated uncertainty, the economy is in a solid position.
Okay.
The unemployment rate remains low, and the labor market is at or near maximum employment.
Okay.
Inflation has come down a great deal, but has been running somewhat above our 2% longer run objective.
Okay.
In support of our goals, today the Federal Open Market Committee decided to leave our policy interest rate unchanged.
Huh?
We believe that the current stance of monetary policy leaves us well positioned to respond in a timely way to potential economic developments. I'll have more to say about monetary policy after briefly reviewing economic developments.
Stop right there. Here's my problem with the Fed Chairman Powell right now. And Cliff will be here in a second, guys, to give us his commentary as well. His responsibility is to do one thing: monetary policy, not economic policy. That's not his role in the government. That's why he's called the Federal Reserve Bank chairman. They keep moving the totem post, guys, on this. So number one, he wanted to get down to a 2% or near a 2% inflationary rate. Guys, we are there. He said in his commentary that the unemployment rate is relatively strong. So he's going down all of these points, talking about this. We have a healthy market, everything's good to go, but we decided because of some economic things that are unsure, in our opinion, we're going to keep it the same. My question is this: what is he trying to be a politician, or are you trying to be the Fed chairman? I think Cliff said it best last week. He's going to go down as the worst Fed chairman in the history of this country. He is trash. He's been very political right now. Very political. He keeps moving the totem pole, right? And we're going to hear some commentary from some other experts outside of your partner that's going to give their commentary about this that are unbiased. They're unbiased. Now, I understand. Could he, by keeping them unchanged, is it a bad thing? No, it's not a bad thing. It's not. But he should have cut it at least 3 times, because the economy from a wholesome standpoint is relatively healthy right now. So I'm trying to figure out, is he a politician or is he the Fed chairman of the board? Which one is he? Because all I'm hearing right now is the politician. All right, here's Cliff. Now, Cliff, man, I know you've actually heard this man talk, right? Here's my question: is this dude a politician, big dog, or is he the Fed chairman of the board? Which one is this dude?
Right now, he's acting like a politician.
Now, why you say so?
Because he keeps changing his mind. For example, he keeps saying that we need to have data in order to determine what direction he wants to go. Now, when inflation was going up a couple years ago, inflation was going up month after month, and he was looking at the prices go up and saying, he projected and said, no, this is transitory. He was wrong. Then on the way down, as he starts cutting rates, once it got up, he started cutting rates a little bit. He said, oh, we're going to wait to see when the market does. Mm-hmm. Well, the market's down at 2%. Well,
correct.
Now I want to go back to projecting it now. And I think there's going to be inflation in the future. I'm going to call him can't get right.
Now, exactly. Now, guys, again, if you think that we're making this up, guys, we're not. Let's go ahead and go to the second one. This is going to be someone asking him a question of what he needs to see to make an adjustment. So let's bring it back on real quickly, guys. Again, we're trying to be unbiased here. Let's see what's going on. Here we go.
Mr. Chair, I wonder if you could describe for us some of those scenarios. How do you get to a place? I'm noticing that the uncertainty levels in your forecast are very high. How do you get to a place where you have the confidence in the outlook for, say, inflation and or growth or the unemployment rate? How many months does it take, and what do you want to see in the data to get to that level of confidence to actually reduce rates off the restrictive level?
So it's very, very hard to say when that will happen. We know that the time will come. It could come quickly. It could not come quickly. As long as the economy is solid, though, as long as we're seeing the kind of labor market that we have and reasonably decent growth and inflation moving down, we feel like the right thing to do is to be where we are, where our policy stance is, and just learn more. And in particular, we feel like we're going to learn a great deal more over the summer on tariffs. We hadn't expected them to show up much by now, and they haven't. And we will see whether, to the extent to which they do over coming months. And I think that's going to inform our thinking, for one thing. In addition, we'll see how the labor market progresses. So at some point it will become clear. I can't tell you exactly when that will be. And meanwhile, we'll be watching the labor market very carefully for signs of weakness and strength, and tariffs for signs of what's going to happen there. And of course, there are many developments ahead. Even in the near term, developments are expected on tariffs. So I think we don't yet know with any confidence where they will settle out. We have an estimate.
That's what it is.
And it's I think all estimates are now pretty close together. But
right there, Cliff. That's what it is right there. This Bama is worried about some damn tariffs. Some damn tariffs. That's what it is. He worried about some damn tariffs. Am I right, Cliff? I'm off.
Oh yeah, no, that's again. He's projecting, and he don't know. Let's fast forward. Let's say it's been 4 or 5 months. All the deals are negotiated, and there's no inflation. For what? What did you wait for?
Yeah.
That means he would have been wrong 3 times, and there's only been 3 problems. That's 0 for 3.
This guy, man. This guy. Now let's bring in a former. She's not an economist, but she's a former. Was she director of the Dallas Fed? Right. She part of the Fed of Dallas. Right. Let's bring her in real quickly and let's see what she says about what your boy Powell is saying, because he ain't making no damn sense to me and Cliff. Here we go. Let's get it in.
I want to bring in right off the bat here, QI Researcher, CEO and Chief Strategist, Daniel DiMartino Booth. So what, I mean, there was a lot there to digest. I'm taking notes. You don't have the benefit, but what jumped out at you?
The Fed is saying that we're heading straight into stagflation. That's what they're saying. Growth is going to slow, unemployment's going to rise, inflation's going to be much hotter than it is right now. Where they're getting these ideas, I absolutely have no idea, Charles. It's as if they didn't look at the housing data that came out this morning and yesterday.
Yeah, there's a lot of data I don't think they looked at. It felt like not long ago, 4.4 was the unemployment trigger. Like that would have been the number that would have gotten Jay Powell excited. Now they're projecting 4.5%.
They're moving the goalposts.
They're moving the goalposts, and they seem to be somewhat comfortable with it. Is it because it's offset by inflation?
If that gives them comfort, Charles, we're in trouble. I mean, possibly that they can make that their justification. But in this environment, with initial jobless claims pushing up to the highest in the post-pandemic era, as well as continuing jobless claims, they're clearly not making monetary policy for anything else than trying to hurt the current administration.
And of course, and I hate to say it.
Wow, Cliff, that's a bold statement, Doctor. You agree with what they said, bro?
Man, you know me and the Fed, man. We ain't on the same page for a while now. How long ago when me and you've been on this show for a minute, talking about when they're going to do cuts? They finally did cuts. They did about 2 or 3 of them and stopped and told us we need to see stronger data.
Yep.
Cool. They get the stronger data and say we need more stronger data. Meanwhile, the United States right now is paying high interest. I think it's $800 billion in interest payments. That if they would cut it, that could be $400 billion or $300 billion.
Correct.
So you tell me, if we could the American people could earn $400-500 billion more. And that's not because the situation is bad. If the economy is good, why are we at a restrictive rate? Not my words. The Fed said this was a restrictive rate.
Yep.
Why are we at restrictive rates during a good time in the economy? Makes no sense.
We're paying more in interest, Cliff, than we invested in our own Department of Defense. More in interest. And
Meanwhile, in Europe, they've cut.
They've cut in Europe?
Australia has cut. Canada has cut.
Really?
Oh, yeah. They've all cut their rates.
Wow.
We're the only country still holding because Powell still sees weakness.
Wow.
He still sees inflation. The only reason to have a restricted rate is because you're worried about inflation.
Wow. Wow.
We're beating the estimates on inflation.
Yes, we are.
Isn't that a sign that you can at least, if nothing else, do a quarter point?
Wow.
Nothing.
Well, I agree with Danielle. She's spot on. She's saying, hey, it's clear that he's making decisions to wound this administration. Cliff, now do you agree with that, Cliff, or not? You agree with that, man?
Now I can't say he's doing it on purpose. I think he's slow.
Why is he slow for?
Because the problem is that we've had a very unique situation of circumstances of the last handful of years.
Yeah.
Coming out of COVID, post-COVID, into tariffs. The problem is that the scenario that we're in does not fit the mentality of the Fed.
Correct.
The Fed is always slow, especially this Fed chair.
Yeah.
Right? He's less likely to make a decision,
Yeah.
Reverse on that decision. Have rates go a little up, have them go down, try to find a happy medium. No, he'd rather sit on his hands. He's
Correct.
done that over and over again, but he causes more problems when he does that. He sat on his hands when we had inflation. What
Correct.
happened? Further inflation.
Correct.
So now we had a worse problem because he sat.
Correct.
Now it's the opposite. Inflation's down. It's time to
Correct.
cut.
Correct.
Sitting on his hands again. He's scared to make a mistake. And you know, as an investor, you can't play the game scared.
Not at all. Here's why I say I think it's been very political right now. Is because, Cliff, let me ask you an unbiased question. Was any of these games played during the Biden administration?
No, the opposite was actually done.
What was he doing in the Biden administration?
Well, during the Biden administration, when it was clear inflation, me and you go back on our on this channel and take a look.
Correct.
We were screaming, inflation's at 5%, nothing. 7%,
Nothing.
nothing. 9%.
Nothing.
Think of that, Dale. It was at 9% inflation, and the Fed had not raised rates
At all. So now what's happening is now inflation is down to just a little bit over 2%, unchanged. He's having the exact same mentality that he was having in the Biden administration, but at 9% interest rate, at 9% inflation rate. Makes no sense.
right.
Makes no sense at all. Help it, make it make sense to me, please. Come on, bro.
And he's saying back at that time when it was 3%, oh, it's going to go down. It went to 4%. It's going to go down. He kept repeating that. Now we're seeing it the opposite. Oh, the rates are going to go down. The rates are going to go down. Or I'm sorry, we're going to see inflation go back up again.
Correct.
We're going to see that's what he's thinking, but he's not making the same decision.
Not
man,
at all.
it's wild, man. It's wild.
Wow, man. It is wow. It don't make no sense at all. But at the exact same time, that's what he does. Now, Cliff, let's bring in some business guys real fast, guys. The director of the FHFA, he works for the Trump administration, comment on this, and he called out the Fed. Let's see what he says about this as well. All right, guys. So we're not being biased here at all. We're bringing in some other experts. That's what they got to say about it. Here you go. Let's see what he says.
Welcome back. President Trump is calling for Federal Reserve Chairman Jay Powell to cut interest rates after Powell left rates unchanged again on Wednesday. The president has been calling him too late Powell. Trump writes this: we should be 2.5 points lower and save billions on all of Biden's short-term debt. We have low inflation. Federal Housing FHFA Director Bill Pulte is taking it one step further. He is calling on Powell to resign.
Wow.
Joining me now is the man himself. Bill Pulte is here. Bill, thanks very much for joining me. And you write on X, Powell is a main reason for the housing supply crisis in the country. By improperly 100%. Keeping interest rates high, Jerome Powell is trapping homeowners in low-rate mortgages and choking off existing home sales, directly fueling the housing supply crisis. He must lower rates. Bill, what do you want to see happen here?
Well, Biden had this crazy inflation, and President Trump has come in and crushed inflation, Maria.
Right.
He still has interest rates way too high, and they're not reflective of the great work that President Trump has done. So Fed Chair Jay Powell, he either needs to lower the rates or he needs to resign.
Well, I mean, his term is up next year. So, you know, we've all talked about who would replace him should President Trump say what he suggested, that he's not going to reappoint him. But in terms of the rates, my question is, do you believe Jay Powell is thinking about debt and deficits? I mean, this is what I asked Nick Timmeros yesterday. It doesn't seem that that's a priority for him, because obviously the fact that rates are where they are has us paying more for holding that debt, interest on the debt. $1 trillion, we're spending more on the interest on the debt than we are on spending on defense.
Wow.
That's right. You know, and he talks all the time. He says, oh, we're a data-driven approach. We're a data-driven approach. Well, what data is he looking at to keep up rates? He's looking at no data. He's looking at his own hate, in my opinion, for President Trump, which is disgusting, is not representative of a Fed chair. There's so much money at stake, Maria. Americans are being hurt by this man. He needs to resign. OK, we have inflation that is at 2% thanks to President Trump. He's holding these rates, the Fed fund rates, at 4%. People's mortgage affordability has been crushed in the last 4 years. People have to pay double what they had to pay compared to President Trump's first term in order to buy a home. He needs to lower rates, or he needs to step down, and he needs to do it now, not before the end of his term.
Well, it's interesting.
So Cliff, do you think that the Fed chairman needs to resign?
Oh yeah, I've thought that for a while now. Think about this. We know what Trump wants. I mean, Trump gonna yell, scream,
Yeah.
we already know that he
We
gonna,
all know
gonna
what he do.
come with everything. But if let's just say that he got what he wanted, that would put the mortgage rates at 4.5%.
Yep.
4.5. Do you know that would be a boom?
Huge.
Everybody would come up at 4.5%.
Huge.
Now everybody in a 3% mortgage. Now it makes sense for them. A lot of people in the 4s, people who in the last 2-3 years who bought a house can refi.
Correct.
I mean, to me, I think the mortgage rate should be probably in the 5s, low 5s. I think that's strong. 5.25, something like that.
See that?
That to me is that's a good happy medium where it's not 4.5 would be that's extremely low to me. But if you could get a mortgage right now for 5.25, so that would drop the rates roughly 1.75 basis points.
Correct.
Right,
Correct.
175 basis points.
Correct.
That's perfect to me.
Yeah, correct. And that'll bring some money off the sidelines from Middle America. You won't see like a big boom, but you'll see kind of like a matriculation of we're seeing some uptick in the housing market a little bit. Uptick, here. You'll see some sales. You'll see some people maybe downsizing, upsizing. You'll see all that actually happening. Yeah, you would. Yeah, you would. All day long. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, because you got to think every quarter basis point is roughly $250 at $500,000.
Correct.
So you could drop. I mean, you drop the basis points that low, you're talking about saving people $800 for a lot of people dropping the interest rate, which is going to drive up sales.
Correct. Now, guys, let's go to a venture firm. Venture financing firm firms take on the Fed and the interest rates. Their take was very interesting. We have to go to our parties over at Valuetainment. Good friends of mine, good guys, and let's see what they have to say about this, because I believe that Tom gave a very good diatribe about what's going on as well. So I'm gonna fast forward a little bit because of the fact that they play the Fed chairman again. So let's go over to Tom real fast and see what's going on, Cliff, and then we'll comment on that one. Here we go. Let's do this. Hold on one second, guys. Boom, there you go. All right, here we go.
Okay. By the way, it took 3 seconds for us to note that he's not changing anything. Tom, thoughts? What's going on here?
So here's what's going on with the Fed. And I hate to say it this way. They don't have enough stats that are bad enough. And he just said we're at near full employment. Yeah, we're only at 4.12 to 4.5, depending how you measure it, unemployment. That's low. Means a lot of people there. And you've got housing isn't moving, and so we need the interest rate to move housing. But does the stock market need the interest rate right now? Well, would companies take advantage of lower interest rates and go get loans for factories and machines and all that stuff and property? Sure, they would. But do you need to do it right now? Look, there's part of me that says I wish he would have done it, because I think that will stay ahead of what's going on in housing, and because housing's got a tough moment right now, and I really think housing needs that. But if you look at the Fed dot plot up here, and the Fed dot plot is all the Fed Board of Governors saying where they believe it's going to go. So they're allowed, Pat, to anonymously vote in a dot plot. This is all the Fed Board of Governors, and you can see the projection is 0.5% below where we are now. So for year end, they're thinking 2 quarter-point cuts, and that's what the Wall Street Journal, this chart comes from there, is saying. And they're saying it's a 25% chance, the dot plot says, the cut comes in July, and a 65% chance that the cut comes in September. September, back to school, end of third quarter. So what's going on right now is the Fed is letting the economy settle, but there's something that was in there that he said deeper into his bedtime reading, because if you listen to him speak about this, you can fall asleep. It's like,
I almost did.
And did you notice that very few people cover the Fed. There's like 9 media people in there, and you can hear they don't make a lot of noise. But he says, we haven't been able to feel like we've learned a great deal yet. And we haven't been through a situation like this. And I have to be humble. Here it is, Pat. Be humble about our ability to forecast it, which we don't have. So we need to see actual data. So what he's saying is, I'm not putting a street light at the intersection. I'm going to wait till there's a crash. Now I have data, and then I'll put a street light at the intersection. That's what the Fed is saying right now. And the housing market needs some help. I reached out to Bill Pulte, who's in the president's administration. And he's pointing out, as he has, in lockstep with the president, we need interest rates to come down, and we've done our job on inflation. Inflation is down, employment is there, so why not give a 1/4 point cut ahead of maybe any slowing of the economy or anything coming in the second half? So I agree with Bill on that. And so I wish we could have had a cut, but I understand why we didn't.
I'm okay with it.
Is
this the
Did you see
president
what Trump
talking?
said about Powell and how he feels about him?
I know he's probably not going to be happy about it.
You're
Go
going to
ahead,
like
Rob.
it. You're going to like it. Go ahead,
And I
Rob.
think this was also, he was asked about.
Tom, I can't hear it. Go ahead, Rob. Go back. Go for it.
Can't hear it.
I can't hear Rob.
But now we have a man that just refuses to lower the Fed rate. Just refuses to do it. And he's not a smart person. I don't even think he's that political. I think he hates me, but that's okay. You know, he should. He should. I call him every name in the book, trying to get him to do something. I've been nice to him. I do it always. I don't know how to sell. I've been so nice to him, fellas, you wouldn't believe. Let's have dinner. Too late. I'd call him too late. Come on, too late. Let's have dinner. I do it every way in the book. I'm nasty. I'm nice. Nothing works. He's like, just a stupid person. But now.
Hey, Trump is your.
I'm sorry, man. Trump funny as hell to me sometimes, man. I be laughing at the dude, man.
You
But
see the guy in
Cliff,
the
man,
back. You see the guy in the back.
yeah, he's laughing. Yeah, he's like,
You try. You look at the dude's next to him like he got me in this photo.
like, it's all good. Cliff, man, what you think about what the venture capital firm is saying?
Man, I agree. Man, I don't know if you could. Let me see if I could share my screen right quick.
Okay,
I was going to show you what's going on.
okay. Let me see what's going on here.
Just to see if you see what's going on. Right, give people a look.
Okay, let me.
What do you see right here? Look at that. You could get a house mortgage down to 2.8. Now this is Freddie Mac. Look at the house mortgages. They got them down to 2% and 3%. That was for almost a year. Anybody who bought a house around here, they ain't selling.
Wow, look at that.
Before that, going back to 2016, house mortgages were around the 4% range.
Yeah,
About 4.5.
yeah.
Look at that. Boom. That all happened in less than a year.
Wow.
From here to here. That paused the market. And we've been there. Look at this, Dale. When is that? What year is that? Do you see what the year that is?
2022.
We've been at these rates since 2022.
Wow, that's a long time, y'all. It's a long time. That's a
Dale,
long
has the
time.
inflation, like, do you think we needed to be here for 3 years?
No, not at all. No.
Or should we be back at our baseline, maybe at the high baseline, but
Sure.
back at our baseline, probably right here? This is what I think, is that we should be at the top of the end of the range,
Agree.
right around 5%.
I agree.
So you would be
We should be
right
right
in
at
line here,
Yep.
and we'd be back in line. So they
Correct.
gotta drop the rates 2 points. Trump wants
Yeah.
2.5, but I'm thinking
Yeah.
2 to make things make more sense, because this is ridiculous.
I believe that he's not going to drop the rates until next year. I know it's at 65%, and I'm assuming the worst. I'm assuming the worst. Now, Patrick Bet-David, the guy you hear talking outside of Tom, believes he's going to do it the next 30 to 90 days, and that may be the case. And I pray that Patrick is right. I'm just what I'm seeing is just like what Diane DeMartino actually said, is they are inventing ways. They're inventing ways how not to lower these rates. He's inventing ways. He's moving the totem pole over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And to me, it didn't make any sense to me at all, unless you're being political. That's exactly what's going on.
I mean, you saw the numbers, Dale. For 3 years, We've been at this 3 years. We've been at these high interest rates with no drops. It don't make sense.
And it makes sense if you're trying to wound somebody.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Again, and I pray I am wrong. I pray I am wrong. I really do, guys. Man, interesting. But now, Cliff, let's go to our neck of the woods, y'all. For us Texas boys, baby. You see what's going to Texas, man. Hey, what's happening in the Texan housing market? What? Now, the good thing about this one, guys, is Cliff and I live in Texas. Cliff is a licensed appraiser. Cliff, where you licensed at, big dog? Where you licensed at?
Yeah, I am certified in the state of Texas.
Oh, so Texas is your wheelhouse, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is your wheelhouse. So, guys, we're going to listen to our guys from Reventure out real quickly concerning what's going on in Texas. And Cliff and I are going to respond in real time to see if this is trash or not. All right, let's see what's going on, guys. All right, here we go. Let's get it in with the people. Oh, 1 second. Boom, there we go.
Texas's housing market is in an absolute free fall, and lots of people are now fleeing the state. This is a crisis now going on in Texas's housing market that suggests that we could see home values plummet and potentially see the local economy go into a recession. And this all has to do with migration, everyone. The domestic migration into Texas has plummeted by about 65% over the last 2 years to one of the lowest levels in the last 2 decades. That plummeting in migration is now causing a massive spike in housing inventory, which is pushing prices down and causing a lot of sellers on the market in Texas to freak out. With many houses now sitting on the market for over a year, where sellers have been forced to do massive price cuts. And ultimately, I actually think this is good news if you live in Texas, because it means that there's going to be more housing affordability coming your way, cheaper home prices, and even cheaper rents. However, if you're someone who bought your house in Texas near the peak of the pandemic, you better watch out, because the values are dropping and dropping hard. For instance, on a month-over-month basis, you can see values in Dallas went down 0.56% in April, which annualizes to almost a 7% drop in a year. Meanwhile, values in Austin are down 0.63%, which annualizes to a 7.4% drop in a year. And a 7% drop in prices in a year, everyone, that is huge, because housing downturns tend to last 4 to 5 years.
So, Cliff, man, what do you think about what he's talking about? What do you think?
I think he's misinterpreting the data.
Okay.
But you saw the spike in interest rates.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
Okay. When the rates were at the bottom, when they're at that in those twos,
Yeah.
what do you think happened to prices?
Prices went up.
Went up. Right? So when they rose those interest rates from 2% all the way up to 7%, what happened to the prices?
Prices went down.
Prices went down.
Of course.
So it's exactly what he's saying. It's in line, but it's because of the interest rates.
Yeah.
They're moving exactly how the interest rates are moving.
Makes sense.
Now, the reason why the days on market are going longer, you're seeing that drop. Now he's annualizing. He's saying, 6%. That's last month. We could also have, we're going into and you got to remember the numbers that he's using are from January, February, March, April, May, all of them.
Gotcha.
Right now we're in selling season. So we're in the tip. It's real estate is cyclical. So we're coming into selling season when you start getting that, usually about June, July, August. Those are your selling months. So we're going to start. We're going to see those kind of tip up. Yeah.
I got to ask you though, real fast. I know we're in the selling months in Texas, but we just talked about how high rates is high and the Fed is not changing these rates. Do you think there's going to be an uptick in sales in the summertime?
I mean, you're going to see a moderate uptick just because it's seasonal, but you're not going to see major. You're not, because if you're trying to compare this year to past years, you're wrong, because look, you saw the spike from 2 to 7.
Yeah.
In what, 8 months?
Sure.
That's going to be market disruption. So where I see him right now is you're just seeing stack.
Yeah, I think. Okay, I'll say it. I think stagflation, the threat of that is a very good political weapon, and it's being used very effectively. It really is, because of the fact that you have all the remnants of a healthy economy right now, Cliff. Right, but you have the Fed chairman. And the Fed is saying we're going to keep everything the same. I think that's the tool that they're using. And to be honest with you, it's a I don't like it, but it's a brilliant move. It's a brilliant move. I think in Texas, you're going to see maybe a little bit. It's going to be probably in the price range of $300,000 to $400,000. $500,000 above, I don't see that much movement.
Nah, yeah. I mean, I see the same thing. 500,000 is usually that tipping point. I am seeing longer days on market. I am seeing houses take a little bit more to sell. I am seeing prices drop.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said before, they're looking at past the realtors don't know, so they're looking at past years, seeing previous sales,
Yeah.
and they're thinking that makes sense. It's like, no, you can't do that. But before I do got something I got to go to. I got
So good.
problems, and
It's all good. No problem. I'll finish it off, guys. But Cliff, man, thanks, brother, man. Have a good day, man. Hey, give our love to the wife and baby girl.
All right, man.
All right, man.
Peace. Hey, before I go, I know you're gonna repeat it at the end, but I'm gonna let everybody know anyway. You're one deal away. When it comes to real estate investing, one deal away. Man, link up with us, man. See what's going on. See if we can help you out.
Yes, sir. All right, Cliff, man. Have a good one, Doc. Yeah, I'm gonna finish the game, guys. Hey, guys, Fred Chairman, bruh, cut them damn rates. Cut it. Let me play it again for the folks back row. Yeah, cut it. Cut them rates, Fed Chairman Powell. Cut them boys, baby. Cut them down to about 4.25, 4.5, maybe 4.75, high 5.25, 5.5. We get some movement going on, right? You still see some some stagnation or flex, what do you want to call it, in the 500,000 and above price range, guys. I'm seeing it right now in Texas. So is Texas flipping? I would say no. What's going on is people bought wrong, right? You're seeing the migration of people leaving Texas right now that bought during the pandemic, bought at the top of the market, retail. We never buy at retail. We normally buy below wholesale because we're planning for what we call the funeral stuff coming down. So again, guys, is Texas flipping? No, I don't think it is. I think it's a regular real estate cycle in a high interest rate type of economy. That's it. But that's what it is. But the Fed chairman is being very political. And that's sad, y'all. That is sad. But guys, that's all I have for today, guys. Real quickly, guys, we are giving away, guys, our free ebook called one second, Distressed Property. Not that one, guys, but that's a good one, guys. Oh, let me go here then. So what should you invest in now? I think this is the best investment strategy on the planet, no matter the marketplace. Buying distressed property. So what's a distressed property? Say a property that's behind on the mortgage payment, in pre-foreclosure, foreclosure, high grass, boards on the windows, messed up roof, bad paint job, so on and so forth. That's a distressed situation. That happens whether it's a apartment complex, a 8-plex, 4-plex, 16-plex, 36 unit, single-family residence, townhome, condo, you name it. That can be the reality. Those are ripe right now, guys. There's 4 million homes in America that are vacant. Let me say it again. There's 4 million homes in America that's vacant, right? We don't have a housing problem. We have an interest rate problem, right? So therefore, if you fill those 4 million homes and you build 3 additional more homes, that's 7 million homes. Plenty enough homes for the masses. Plenty enough homes if you have the good right financial and economic policies, right? The monetary policies, right? So, like I said, guys, because we love distressed properties, guys, we are giving away our distressed property book. It is completely free. Don't want nothing from you at all. We just want to get you the information, guys. Hey, do one of 3 things. Scan on this QR code on the screen right now. It takes you to a site. Go download it. It is free. Don't want nothing from you at all. No, want nothing from you at all. Just want to give you the information. You can also, if you're on a platform that allows you to, click on in the show notes down there, guys, on the description section, right? Click on the link down now, and it's right there for you as well. And then lastly, guys, if you're on another platform, you can also direct message me the word real estate. All right. My team will get you out this book today with a link. Again, free. I want nothing from you at all, period. It's 100% free. So what's going on here? But with my computer, I don't know what's going on, guys. Anyways, and then lastly, guys, I'm always asked, Liddell, can I pick your brain sometimes? Actually, you really can if you want to. What you can do is I'm on an app called Monect Guys, and you're welcome to follow me on that one. That's one of Patrick David's sites, guys. Simple. Ask me any questions. Want to. Again, scan on the QR code, the link below, and whether it be real estate, real life, business, you name it, ask me questions. It's right there. And lastly, guys, right? Let's see here. Cliff, also, again, he's a licensed appraisal guy. He's an appraiser. So a lot of the times people ask me the questions, how can I get in touch with Cliff? Because I may need him for an appraisal type of scenario. Don't you worry. We thought about that one too, guys. Hey, go to hunterappraisal.com. Again, hunterappraisal.com. What you can do is once you go there, you can easily send a message to Cliff. Cliff will get back with you, help you out, whether it be a new construction, apartment complex, single-family residences, you name it. He's a good source for you guys. I can tell you right now, to have an appraiser at your disposal is life-changing. Okay? Again, hunterappraisal.com. That is Cliff, guys. All right, guys. And then lastly, guys, we are designing something that we're going to roll out here in the next couple of months. It's called, we have the Cash Flow Club. It was the community. What's happening, guys, is we get a lot of transactions that come across our desk that we don't buy them all. So we're designing something called the deal flow board that our community will have access to. These are below wholesale properties, new construction, apartment complexes, single residences, you name it. That's going to be coming out here in the next couple of months, guys. You'll be able to have access to the deals that we don't buy because they may not fit our strategy, our area. It may be too far away from what we want to invest in, but they're below wholesale deals, right? Because we ran the numbers on them. All right. So those that are actually in the club, what actually happens is guys get access to that. You get access to that at deal flow board. We're designing that now as you speak, guys. Give it a couple of months, guys. But guys, that's all I have for today, guys. You know how we end it every single time. You know I look fresh, cold, clean in my ice cold drip. But you know, like Cliff said, you are one deal away from changing everything in your life. Just one deal away, guys. We know how we end it. Before you leave, and while you can, you see that. Oh, I'm sorry. One last thing, guys. Every Thursday, guys, I do have a podcast called the Counter Move Podcast. We talk about something economic, social, things of that nature, which is fine. We unpack it together, infuse wisdom into that thing, and prescribe out a solution, guys. And it's been very successful. Here's what you kind of see. Here's a little bit of a sneak peek. Here we go.
Why they party? I'm in here grinding. Money I'm stacking. Why they rock diamonds? I can't relate to them. Ain't my shit coming. I set a goal for me 2 or 3 commas. 7 figures, 8 figures to 9 figures. On a slow pace to get rich quick. Same time we just think different. Cause when you make it, it hit different.
Guys, that's the Counter Move Podcast. You'll see your partner coming in, talking about something that's going on in the world, which would be good. But every Thursday at 8:30 p.m. CST, you'll see your partner come kick it with your mans and them. And I may bring you on. We can reason together a little bit as well. Maybe do a little bit of a debate as well, guys. We'll see. We'll see, guys. So I'm looking at actually open up a call-in line. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Is what it is. But guys, that's all I have for today. That's all I have for today, guys. You know how to end it every time before you leave, and while you can. You see that thing, baby. Take the picture for your mama and them. Holla at your partner. God bless you guys. See you next Friday, guys. All right, y'all. Peace.
Bless God, give thanks. Bless God, give thanks. Bless God, give thanks.
Walk me through everything, but let's start from the beginning. How'd you get into this space?
Well, when I was 17 years old, my Uncle Gary, who still lives to this day, introduced me to a concept called passive income.
Okay.
And I said, "Oh, Uncle, what's that?"
Yeah.
He said, "Something that you do one time, but you get paid over and over again." I'm like, "Why am I trying to go to college? I want to know how to do that." Gotcha. And so while I was in college, I began to look at business models that generated passive or residual income. One of them was real estate, because everybody and their mama actually had it, from Robert Kraft, Jerry Jones, all the billionaires actually had real estate in their portfolio. So I began buying real estate while I was in college. The first deal that I did, I made $3,500. And in college, that's big time. In college,
Sure.
you broke.
For sure.
College.
For sure.
Then I went from $3,500 to $10,000 to $26,000, and now $35 million worth of real estate. For me, business is always about solving someone's problem. Whenever you're buying a real estate transaction, the one thing I look at is, what's the pain point? Why you want to sell for? And typically, I like buying properties below wholesale. I never buy properties at retail. That didn't make sense to me at all, because I'm planning for the worst case scenario. Each and every deal that I actually acquire, I actually take home cash when I actually acquire it. Wow. Every single time.
If you wanted to know how successful real estate investors make money with their acquire real estate and not when they sell it, click on the link below or swipe up and download our free ebook, Distressed Property Investing. The blueprint is in the ebook. Stay blessed, holla at your partner, and download the ebook today.
Bless God, give thanks. Bless God, give thanks. Bless God, give thanks. Bless God, give thanks. Big God, big grace.